happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great existence. I'm kind of sick, disclaimer, so I'm kind of nasally. I got a cough drop in my mouth. I'm going to be drinking water throughout the video. Why am I setting up camera and talking to y'all while I'm sick, you might ask? That is because I feel very led to talk about this today. I was not going to record today. I recorded ahead of time, and that I don't know which video you're watching first. I recorded the video of me in the onesie ahead of time, so I wouldn't have to record this weekend. But I just feel really led to talk to y'all about emotional reactivity, specifically the emotion of anger, because that has been the story of my freaking life, dude. Like, I have been having a very strong relationship with anger. That has probably been my longest relationship, my relationship with anger, okay? But I broke up with anger. We don't talk no more. We not cool like that. She come up every once in a while, but I got her in check now. So I'm trying to help y'all do the same. And I'm going to be very blunt in this video. I'm kind of always very blunt, but it's going to be at a different level, especially if you're someone who deals with anger. I think that if so, your anger comes from a very large ego. And not in a good way. Not in a I feel myself type shit. Like, no. Like, I'm going to have to knock you down a little bit, but it's from a place of love. Just think of it as tough love, okay? So, your ego being big is from your protector aspect. You have a protector aspect, and you've developed this because when you feel out of control of your emotions, and when you feel this sense of anger, it triggers a fight or flight response within you. And if you're an angry person or someone who has been controlled by anger, I'm not even going to call you an angry person. I'm not going to put that on you. You're not an angry person. You just haven't learned to put it in check yet. You're not angry. I'm not claiming that over you. Don't claim that over yourself. Don't speak that on you. You're not angry. You just have to deal with this anger, okay? So, when you are feeling angry to the point where it's unchecked, you trigger a fight or flight response, and you choose fight. And when you're in this state of fight or flight, you deem any and everything that is in your way as a threat. So if you're in conflict with, I'm not talking about if you're in conflict with a stranger or somebody that has done something to warrant that level of anger. I mean, if you're just in a situation with a partner or a family member or a friend, you're going to trigger a fight or flight response when you have that level of anger. And fight or flight makes you attack. Because you see everything as a threat. But these people are not threatening you. But you can't see that because you're at such a heightened state emotionally that you forget all of the love and care that these people have for you and all the love and care you have for those people. And you're going to say and do poisonous things that can't be taken back. I'm sorry, you can't fix everything. You can't undo a lot of shit. As much as you want to. You can't take certain things back. So you have to pause and step back a little bit. And first, I find a lot of people that, myself included, that have struggled with overreacting that comes from a place of bottling emotions up and constantly repressing things. Because when you do that, that comes from, when dealing with other people, when you repress how you're feeling, that's from a place of people pleasing. And I talked about that a little bit in my first video. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I sound like a dying old man. I talked about that in my first video. When you repress your feelings, it's because you feel guilt, okay? You feel a lot of guilt. As a people pleaser, public enemy number one for you is guilt. But when you get at these heightened states of emotion, you're able to bypass all that guilt. So you don't feel bad for lashing out. You don't feel bad for cussing them out. You don't feel bad for throwing things. You don't feel bad for cutting them off, because you're finally able to set that boundary. And a boundary is better than no boundary. You didn't do it in the most productive way, but your brain needed that sense of relief because you've been holding on to everything so tight and putting all of this pressure on yourself. Your brain needed that release. Your heart, everything. So you feel justified and you feel better, but in reality, you've kind of just made yourself the villain. And what do I mean when I say that? I'm going to give you an example. I love analogies, if you can. Oh, I love a good analogy. But yeah, so let's say with YouTube fight videos or TikTok, whatever you watch, okay? When you have two people in a fight, there's normally a good guy and a bad guy. You got somebody everybody's rooting for, somebody nobody's rooting for because they're in the wrong. So it seems. You'll have one person that's in this scenario. Let's say one person was bullying the other person. They're trying to ignore them, but they just keep poking at them. So the other person lays them out. They body them. They're on the ground. Everybody's like, okay, you did your big one, whatever. If that person continues to curb stomp them, let's say, and punch them and fight them, like, that's overkill now. And now, everyone's like, damn, calm down, like, you're doing a lot. Like, you already made your point. You hear me? You already made your point. So for you to continue, you're now being looked at as the villain. You're now looked at as the bad guy because of your reaction, how you handled your emotions. Because you weren't able to put that anger in check, now your whole argument is in the trash can. Nobody cares what you have to say because you put yourself in a bad light because you had no control. So take that and apply that to situations with relationships, okay? A family member. Let's say they've done something wrong to you, and you have every right to be upset, but you attacked them. You didn't attack the issue. You didn't convey how you were feeling in a productive or effective way. You went past making your point, and now you're attacking them and berating their character. And now you're doing irreparable damage that I was talking about. Now you're forgetting the love you have for them and you're attacking them because you deem them as a threat. So now whatever they did to you, it doesn't matter. Now you have to go on a whole damn apology to her because of the way you responded. Are you hearing me? Write that down. Attack the problem, not the person. Because when you get in the habit of attacking people, you're gonna have to do a lot of apologizing. And that takes away from your whole point. And that takes away from the validity of how you're feeling. Because now everyone's looking at you like you're in the wrong. And that's not what you want. So now I'm gonna go back to how to communicate when you're upset. A lot of people find themselves lashing out or going off because they want to be seen. They feel they've been ignored because they have been ignoring themselves subconsciously. So they're looking for that validation from other people. They want to be seen. They want to be acknowledged. Okay, so when you find yourself attacking somebody, it's really not even, it's deeper than them. You're not even trying to attack them. You want them to change their behavior, and you believe that by belittling them and coming from their character, you feel that coming for their character will change their behavior. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that or not. Sick brain. But yeah, that's not going to change their behavior. If anything, it's going to push them away even further. So you have to ask yourself, how can I effectively and productively communicate? Is yelling and screaming and throwing shit really gonna help me, or is that just gonna validate my ego for the time being? Answer that question for yourself. You know the answer. Okay, it might feel good in the moment to feed into that, but what is that really gonna solve? Nothing. So don't waste your energy on that. Instead, put your energy towards communicating how you feel. Okay? Use a lot of I statements. Do not use those big universal words of you always or you never or whatever the hell. Because when you do that, you're kind of just evading blame and not taking accountability. Because nobody's never or always doing anything. That's not how life works. Nobody can ever do that. You know what I'm saying? So take away, I'm removing those words from my vocabulary. Because that creates a sense of, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but take away those large words from your vocabulary. Use a lot of I statements. Don't place blame on anybody else. Just say what they did made you feel. For example, I felt hurt when you did XYZ. It caused me to feel angry. How can we fix this moving forward? Can we fix this moving forward? If so, cool, great. I'd love to hear your explanation. If not, I'm going to remove myself because I will not allow you to put me in a position where I feel cornered and I am going to act outside of my body. I respect myself enough to take a few steps back away from you if you cannot act accordingly. And that's how you have to treat people and yourself. Because all that you're going to do is hurt you if you continue down this cycle of lashing out in anger. And nobody's going to respect you as a person. You're not going to respect you. You're not even going to feel safe with you because you never know when you're going to go off. You have no control. So get out of that mindset. Get out of those habits. And apply the things that I've said. Think about them. Write them down. Rewatch this if you have to. And just stop. I just want to say stop being angry, but it's really not that simple, and I know it's not that simple. Please believe I know it's not that simple, but it's not going to fix anything, this anger that you're harboring. It's really just going to hurt you, and this goes back to the universe, the 12 principles. I've been reading this book. Where is it at? I think it's 12 Laws of Life. A lot of the times when you are overrun by an emotion, or if you refuse to accept your emotions, the universe will put you in a spot where you kind of have to face it, or it's going to harm you physically. If you're dealing with something internally that you continue to ignore, then the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will force you to have to face it. And you don't want to be in that spot. So really try to figure that out now and get a grip on that right now. Because that's going to put you in an even harder spot. Because then you're at a point where it's like, if I fix this, I have to fix this. You know what I'm saying? There is no if anymore. I don't have a choice. I have to fix this or it's going to start to show externally. And I'm going to be in pain, whatever that looks like. So really take some time to work on you and heal that part of you, because a lot of the times, like when I just dove into it, anger is not even anger. That's you feeling ignored and you want to be seen and heard. So see yourself and hear yourself so you don't have to seek that in other people through anger. I love you guys so much and I hope that this helped you. I hope you take care of yourself today. Nurture yourself, be kind to others. And if you're not feeling like being kind, ask yourself why. That's okay. I just get to the why. Get to the why. That's what's been helping me heal and move forward. Instead of wondering what caused this, what's going on, what's wrong with me, ask yourself why, because there's never any self-sabotaging behavior. You're never doing anything that your brain subconsciously doesn't seek a benefit from. So ask yourself that why, and it'll better help you to understand you. I love you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your turn on your post notifications so you can see every time I make a new video. See ya.